Hello, today I'm joined by my guest, Danny Rosenberg from Certie. How you doing, Danny?
Very well, thank you. Very well. Nice to be here. Nice to meet you. How are you?
Yeah, nice to talk to you. Yeah, I'm doing good. I'm excited to talk to you today, and I can genuinely say that because I think the products and features that I like most in the prop tech space are those that are invented out of a genuine need, but also it made by an agent for other agents, to me, makes a product flow much better because you understand the perspective of other agents. And I think one of the main problems that we have is we live in a sort of a day and age where, in terms of compliance, it's almost like every year there's something else we've
Yeah.
got to add to our repertoire of juggling compliance. And previously, and I still know quite a few agents that are still doing this, if you're managing it on a spreadsheet, if you're just using post-it notes to manage it or a calendar, and you'd be surprised at how many people are still doing that. That's
That's
sleepless nights for me. And I think we all know that the consequences of non-compliance can be obviously there are regulatory and financial um, I suppose, repercussions, but compliance is safety. So if you're not looking after compliance, ultimately can cost people their lives as well. So it's not a small thing that we're talking about here, is it, Danny?
that is exactly where Certie was born from. I mean, literally, you couldn't have summed it up better in those last 2 minutes. So I am a letting agent based in Headingley in Leeds. Been predominantly student properties for the last 20, 25 years. And every single year we used to scratch our heads at education, clients. Always be the same one. Always ones would slip. And we were doing our management of a spreadsheet. All our CRM systems, whoever you come from a few, never, they've got some aspect on there, but they've never had a specific compliance section on there. So what you found was it was always lost. There was just too much information. It was lost. So that's where Certie was born from. It was the idea of it's so important and it's so time consuming. How can I make a product that's for agents? And it was born from the problem of I'm an letting agent. This is the problem I know how long it takes. I mean, we've done some figures and we've sort of quantified that it can take about an hour per property per certificate. The old way, the spread, that's informing your tenants, that's your contractor dates, that's scanning your certificate in, etc., etc. We've created Certie, which I'll show you shortly, of literally a one click of. Now I can say that it probably takes 30 seconds to book in a certificate, and that's all I have to do. And it's done.
And you've got a platform as well that can make sharing that information just simple between the different parties, because let's face it, sometimes the admin work behind the scenes is just it's simple stuff like photocopying and posting out and sending and making sure everybody's got the right copy and that they've been served it, and how do we know that they've acknowledged they've received it, all of that stuff, right?
So it's one, yeah. So what happens once you click a button, one certificate is uploaded, eight then gets it the expiry date moves on a year. So that it then becomes in date. The tenant gets a copy of it. The landlord gets a copy of it. The certificate also there is a bunch of it can show on your website as well on the property page. But everyone's informed of this.
So, Danny, I mean, you and I could sit here and put the words
Yeah.
to rights and talk about the philosophical side of it forever, but I think most agents would like to see it in practice. Are you
Okay.
able to share with us?
Absolutely. Yeah. So we've got a website which is the marketing side. I won't show you now, but I'll show you the actual dashboard system, and I'll just talk to you briefly about that. So this here is a mixture of my own agency's dashboard. However, it's not fully. I've got this my demo one which I haven't completed because otherwise it would all be boring and green. So what there is, there's the specific rings which I've pre-populated, which you can, as an agent, can change. Gas, electric, fire, PAT, EPC, and HMO. They're the global. You can add any of those away, have as many as you want. So if you as an agent to do anything else, you can have those. Each colour, we've got 4 colour sections. We've got an in date, which is green, expiring soon amber, at risk red, and expired black. So here we can see through my gas, I'm fully up to date. I can see visually straight away. I know my gas is all up to date. I'm safe. I can breathe, sleep at night. On the electric, I can see that I've got majority in date. I've actually got 47 expired. And at any point in my whole portfolio, in the top left, you can see I've got 164 certificates ahead. But anywhere, literally a second glance, you where you are. This was the other thing as well, which I liked. As a director, I could be anywhere in the world, and I'm not relying on my staff telling me my input to my database. I'm not worrying. I can
You
literally
can
be
double
anywhere.
check it, can't
I
you?
can be
Yeah.
anywhere in the world and look on and go, how's my portfolio doing? And there. So if I just click into electric, for example, what it'll do, it'll take me to all the certifications, the overview. It's telling me the 47's expired. I've got 0 at risk, 0 expired, 215 day. See down here, it's got all the addresses and how simple it is to works. So if I, for example, the demo this one, if I just instruct the works here, and you have pre-populated, so property collect keys, master key, agency, so let's just say collect keys from campus. And the ideal date, it wants to be done is the electric certificate, and we're going to insert contractors. You would upload your own contractors on here. Literally, that's all I've done. That is how long it takes me to instruct. At that point, the contractor will receive a notification to say there's a job, and the electrical certificate receives all the agent's information, tenant's information, the ideal date. So obviously I've done this one in the example tomorrow, but if it was in 2 weeks' time, they know they've got 2 weeks after.
So from a compliance point of view, if you ever need to prove to somebody that you action that, it's all time stamped, it's there, nobody can deny receiving it, and more importantly, you can keep a track of it.
Absolutely. So the contractors receive a job, they then receive the job, and they've got a little diary button on their side, so they book it in. So they say 31st of January between 9 and 12 they're going. So I'm just going to jump on. I'm not going to share this screen, but I'm going to jump onto a different page, and I'm on my contractors page, and I'm just going to accept this job here. If I jump back onto this screen here, you'll see I've just received a notification up here. Can you see that up here when my mouse is in the red?
I can see
that's to tell me that the work has been booked in. So I know that I've sent the job out, and I know I've received a notification saying it's been booked in. The tenant has also received an email to say it's been booked in at the said time. I mean, as an agent, you haven't had to do any of this. Been throwing booking times in, emailing the tenant back. So the tenant's been notified of the job. I'm now just going to go back to the screen again, and I'm going to upload the certificate. Okay.
Yep. And presumably that's from the contractor side. You're uploading that.
Yes, it is. Right, so back to this one. So I've just uploaded the certification on there. And we'll see we've got a notification to say certificate, the work has been completed and the certificate has been uploaded. If you remember, on the electric side, we have 47 expired, we've now got 46.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The work we've just done was 8 St. Michael's Terrace. If I go to 8 St. Michael's Terrace here, property there on the electric has been carried out today's date, 30th of January 2024, and it expires on the 30th of January 2024. And the certificate is all here.
So you can email that straight from the dashboard.
Yeah. So not only does the tenant receive that in a nice branded with the agency logo, it's there. So if we have a unicorn inspection, a lead to council inspection, whatever it may be, they can request that literally. Yeah. So as I say, that probably took me 30 seconds as an agent's point. Yeah. Both sides, but all that. You just know the peace of mind.
Fantastic. So maybe I'm pushing you ahead to something else that you were going to mention, but I'm looking at the on the left-hand side, you've got the menu there, and okay. I can see the bottom one there is website widget.
Okay. So the website widget is there's a widget that sits within your website. So on each individual properties, we'll not just use 8 St. Michael's, certification will upload onto that property. So it's always there. So a tenant viewing the property would always have sight of the gas certificate. EDHMO, etc., etc. There's two options on there. It'll either just say this property is compliant, or there's another option which will have the actual certification on there to click in and you can view them on there.
So that's effectively taking the information from Certie's system,
Yeah.
drawing it straight through to an interface on the website.
Yes.
That when the tenant logs in or whoever,
No, they don't have to log in. They're just on the website itself.
it's just there, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
So the two options I say that's an add-on that people can choose or not choose. It's obviously on part of the price, but it's on there. For me, I put it on my agency. I put it on there, so I am confident now knowing all my certification is up to date.
It's
This time,
superb.
whereas this time last year, I could not have said the same.
It's great, and like I said earlier, I think some of the best solutions are born out of real problems. I think, and the fact that the problem was there a year ago, but now you and I are looking at this dashboard, which it not only helps you in your business, but it's now going to go on to help countless other
I
agents
hope so. Yeah, that's the plan. Yeah.
I mean that's great. So talk to me about the sort of agent that you think this might be suitable for. Is it open to everybody?
Yeah. Yeah.
Have you got larger landlords using it as well directly? And do you envisage this being suitable maybe even for housing associations?
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, it's quite scalable. However, I think looking at it, it's a mid-size agent of around 200 properties, 100, 200 properties is ideal. That's someone that's quite has a management system that's currently using spreadsheets. Perfect. You know, from the people I spoke to, everyone's like it's very familiar sounding when they talk about the spreadsheets and talk about the ones that slip through the net and they think they're compliant, but not. I mean, I could ask the question if how many people watch this. How long would it take you to find out how many certificates are expired? And you know on the top of your head right now how many expired. I bet you'll think none, but if you look back and you'll go and you'll be surprised.
Yeah, there may have been those that you've sent out a work order for, but it just never got picked up or it's not been returned. They may have even done it but not uploaded the certificate.
Yeah.
There's 100 different
Hundreds of reasons.
combinations of mistakes that can be made. Yeah.
It's always the problem houses that'll catch you out. I mean, as I say, going back why it was born was a lot of our tenants moving in the summer because it's a student site. And we have tenants moving in and parents and they complain and it asks for certification and you go quite bullshit. Yeah, of course I'll email it over and you go to the file. Why is it not there? We've had them all done. And you realise that was the one when they turned up and the tenant wouldn't allow them in, or they never and it never got back in because it wasn't a system.
Yeah.
This is hopefully eliminating all of those problems. Something that's just sprung to mind actually. We had again when it was the electrical certificates, we found a lot of ours about the remedial works. So that would come back in lots of different emails again, very, very consuming. We would at that point have to email the landlord to get the okay. They might not email back. It never got done. On this one, you'll see on the left-hand side here, there's a remedial section. So it works exactly the same way. When the certification gets complete, if it doesn't just pass, they fail it and they upload the remedial works. It then drops into that section. I need a new mains board, for example. And on there will be a quote. A new mains board, £250. At that point, you can email it direct to the landlord, just one button. It gets branded up again to say certification failed, it needs a new mains board, £250. They can accept it on there, which will go straight to both parties, or they can reply back to us. We can instruct the work. And again, it'll stay black or red or yellow, whichever section's in, and it's complete. Not having that miscommunication of booked it in, I think it's done.
Yeah. This makes sure it's trackable and it's accountable. So Danny, take us through the billing side of things. It's really affordable, if I may say so, but
Too cheap.
It's not an expensive product for the amount of advantage that it delivers.
So again, rightly or wrongly, I've come from an agent's point of view, and I've done so many pieces of prop tech. Need another one. And that was where the school thought, well, actually, get very, very, very affordable and get a lot of people using it and a lot of traction. And that's in it. It is a launch a launch business, so I didn't want to go too expensive because I know everyone's paying a lot of money out. So I just kind of looked at it and I just thought, well, make it so it's very affordable and it's almost a non-brainer. It's a no-brainer to say, well, saving and it's taking me an hour per property per certificate. It's almost one property would almost pay for itself, to be honest.
So, Danny, are we okay to just run through what the actual cost is? So
Yeah, sure.
you've got it in
Yeah,
different tiers, haven't you?
I have. Yeah,
Depending on how many properties you manage. So
yeah. So you asked this earlier. So if it was a landlord, if you're a landlord, a home landlord that's got 10 properties, no problem. There's a sliding scale. So there's 10 properties up there. So it starts on, I say I've gone for the mid-range, if I call it the mid-range agent, of 150 properties, that's £40 per month. And the other thing I've done again, I mean, from an agent's point of view, is I'm not tying up to any 12-month contract, anything like that. I'm quite confident once you start using this property, once you start using Certie, you won't come away from it. So I'm not tying you in. So if you don't like it, step away. No, it's a month.
yeah.
No, so that's all. So it's £40 per month for sort of an average 150 to 200 properties. If you're talking under 100, it's £30 a month. And I think it's under 15 properties is, let's have a look, it's under 10 properties is £15 a month. And then if it's over 300 properties, it's £50 a month.
So
So it's
it really is affordable, especially
very affordable.
if you are managing at scale. That is,
Yeah,
it becomes super great value for money when you look at it on a per
yeah,
property basis
yeah.
almost.
And just as well, another question, one of the things to talk about is the upload of the properties. So I will have on board it once you've got your properties on that, it's so easy. It literally it uploads everything. You can if you have a property that's say no gas in a particular property, you'll just put an X in the property section in that date, and then it obviously doesn't account for that. But you'd have all your properties, you just put the dates in, and there's a CSV upload, an Excel spreadsheet upload, and you just drop the columns into property name, landlord name, um, postcode, and it just picks it up, and it's very, very easy to do, and literally you're running straight away.
So it looks very easy to use. The interface as well is clean, it's clear,
Thank
it's
you.
concise. I
That
don't think you've kind of wasted any space. That
that was the
it's
plan.
not there just for filler. It's functional, isn't it?
Yeah. The idea was everything you need and nothing you don't. Simple, clean, and yeah, and literally, I don't want to mess around and look on the screen. Okay, I've got gas is no problem, electric problem. What we're doing about it. That's it.
Yeah.
And deal with it and move on.
And I think that's part of identifying where you have got issues is if you can do it at a glance without having to delve into the detail on at this top level. And
Yeah.
obviously the dashboard showing you things at different colors, different statuses, it's just the best way to do it at that very high level. And then you can then get down to which properties actually need those closer attention.
The status we talked about, like expiring soon and at risk. Again, on a global point of view, I put that as like I preset the parameters, what I use. You as an agent can then change it however you wish. So if you want to be working a month ahead or 3 months ahead, you can choose all of those, all adaptable, all in your setting. Very, very easy.
Yeah, it sounds fantastic. So,
Yeah.
uh, so Danny, in terms of going forward for agents that are still and we're not going to judge them. So when you come forward to see Danny, he'll be very nice about it. When you get your spreadsheet out, he'll just nod politely and say, "Don't worry, we've got this sorted." But those agents that are watching this, that are out there, that think they quite like the look of being able to rely on this a little bit more.
Yeah.
What's the best way of getting to know more? Do they book a
Book, book,
demo
book, a,
session with you?
book a demo. Yeah, I mean, I can send across a link video of actually instructing the work like I just showed you. I mean, we can demo with me. We're doing a free trial as well for all the Kerfuffle members. Um,
Fantastic.
so for me, get your properties on there, even if we just test a few of them and just put in 3 or 4 properties to start with, and you'll see how quick and easy it is to use. And you'll say, once you've used it, you'll be impressed. Don't be scared to get the properties on there. Obviously, once you've done that initial investment of getting your properties on there, you'd have to do it again.
It's great. And I think if Kerfuffle agents have also got a free trial, what have you got to lose? Get on top of your compliance, see how it works, and see firsthand the sort of value that it delivers. It is fantastic value for money, and I think it looks like a really it's a simple idea that you think, well, I wish I would have thought about this 10
But
years ago.
it was one of those that when I told people about the idea originally when I was, at development stage, I was like, doesn't it exist? No. Um,
No,
so it's one of those simple ideas.
it's a great thing, and to be honest, as I said at the beginning, we can only see that legislative landscape ever evolving and changing. There's going to be more stuff that is placed upon us as property owners, property managers, agents, any responsible person, and I think that being able to manage it is part of is half the battle at least. Um,
Definitely.
yeah.
There are lots of other features actually I've discussed with you, which I can go more into a demo when I demo with various agents.
Yeah,
There's lots of good features, and there's actually lots of scope in there as we grow to add very good features. There's something called the Certie contractor, which we're going to be adding, which is something that'll be coming once we got past launch stage. But that is what that is if you've got a gas certificate that needs doing and your engineers are busy or you're falling out with them or you're sick of whatever reason, you just press the Certie and an email goes out to all the Certie approved contractors in the area and
yeah.
they then tender for the work. So they say, I might do it for 50, I might do it for 60. You pick in as soon as you accept that job, as soon as they upload the certificate, they get paid and it goes straight from one account to the other.
That's a great idea because very often, yeah, it will be if you might have the best contract in the world, but if they're busy
Yeah.
and they can't get there by a certain deadline, then very often you'll be scratching your head looking around for another one. So you've effectively got a pool of pre-vetted
Correct. Yeah.
contractors that
Yeah.
sit on your panel, and therefore the agents can rely that if they can't find somebody to do that job, you guys can find that for them.
And they've got the beauty of knowing that because obviously subcontractors, their worry was to do the work and not know the agent, they might not get paid. So the idea is as soon as it's in their interest to upload the certificate, as soon as they upload it, they get paid, happy, and it's a pre-agreed, no doing and praying.
No, that sounds absolutely great, and I'm sure you'll keep adding features to this
That's the plan. That's the
as it
plan.
evolves. As it evolves.
So
Thank you.
yeah, thank you.
No, thank you very much for your time. I think it's a great product. And it's a great solution.
If any of the agents on there watching have got any questions, please feel free to get in touch. Honestly, I'm happy to help out. I'm quite passionate about my product. So if anyone's got any questions or wants a little demo or anything, please, I'm here.
Fantastic. Thank you very much.
Lovely. Thank you. All the best.